Good morning, everyone. You're watching Morning Coffee with Jesus. Today, we're going to take a weight off of our shoulders. Let me know you're watching by saying hello in the comments, and let's relax in the Word of God. There are times when the weight of the world seems so heavy. Do you know that despite the load that tries to force its way in, you can shift the weight and begin to feel as though pounds were lifted off of you? In Matthew 11:28, it says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." This can also be read, "Come to me, all who grow weary, tired, exhausted, and are heavily loaded, and I will give you rest." With hectic schedules and mundane routines, remembering to rest can be the furthest thing from our minds. The enemy knows that rest is important when it comes to being strong and able to fight against his evil schemes. The thing to understand is, when we are in that resting period, we are allowing God to fight for us. God can't intervene unless you give him the rights to. He will never impose his will on you. If you ask someone, why didn't it go the way that you wanted? A lot of times you're going to hear God being blamed. God must have not wanted me to have it, or there must have been a reason God allowed this, or God must have needed to teach me something. See, even though God has the power to change things and to save people, he's limited to what each person allows him to do. I know, I can hear you arguing with that statement right now. So let me ask you a question. Can God force you to go to church? If he could, wouldn't everybody be in church? Can God make you tithe? God gives us free will. If we decide to listen to the Word of God, that's when we reap the benefits of his provision, protection, salvation, and so much more. Matthew 11:29 says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." That verse sounds good. You may have even quoted it. But do you know what a yoke really is? A yoke is a wooden cross piece that is fastened over the neck of two animals and attached to the plow or a cart that they're pulling. It's a pair of balances, a weight distributor. Just like the picture you're seeing, that's what a yoke is. When we yoke ourselves with God, he takes off that weight that was holding you down and draining you. When we have a helper, we accomplish so much more. Now, it also talks about a burden. And most of the time, we associate the word burden as a negative thing. But burden means a task or a service. So that verse can actually be interpreted as when God asks you to do something, it will be easy and it will not weigh you down or drain you. Allowing God access to your life will enable you to live a stress-free life. Woohoo! We all want that, right? Choose to live the God kind of lifestyle and show the world how good God is. Let me know what God's doing in your life by emailing me at morningcoffeewithjesus@hotmail.com or by Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. God is wanting to do mighty things in your life. Embrace his instructions. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'm Rebecca, and I'll see you next week.